Hello, and thanks for joining us for Prepped and Polished Education and Inspiration. I'm your host, Alexis Avila. I'm an educator, online entrepreneur, and founder of tutoring and test prep firm Prepped and Polished, and we're broadcasting today from beautiful South Natick, Massachusetts. Prepped and Polished Education and Inspiration is your destination for groundbreaking insight from today's most influential educators, leaders, and minds on the planet. Our show is brought to you today by Wilsey Connections. My friend Pam Wilsey is a therapist for moms and their teens and rolled out a new program for graduating seniors called Freshman 2.0 College Bound to help ease the transition to college. Check it out at wilseyconnections.com for more info, and that's 2 L's for Wilsey. Our show is also brought to you today by Plan for College Videos. College planning expert Paul Hemphill has a wonderful series of college planning videos, over 100 of them, and his videos ask all the questions with answers that parents don't know to ask, parents don't know what they don't know, and the frustration now ends with his videos. So to learn more about that, www.planning-for-college.com/videos. And get to know the Prepped and Polished community. You can find us on Facebook at Prepped and Polished, as well as on Twitter at Prepped Polished. And thank you to everyone for tuning in today. Joining our show today is teen country artist Josey Milner. Josey is an 18-year-old, just 18, multi-award nominated singer and an anti-bullying spokesperson with the national nonprofit Angels and Doves. At only 17 years old, she turned heads and changed hearts with her debut U.S. single entitled Not Pretty Enough. It's a song that stands up to bullying, and it garnered over 200,000 hits on YouTube. Josey recently graduated magna cum laude from high school and will attend college this fall, having earned several major scholarships. And she recently put out a #1 national chart single in New Music Weekly. It's entitled Cowgirls. To our listeners, if you have any questions or comments, please send your questions to radio@preppedandpolished.com or just leave a comment in the comment box. We always appreciate hearing from you. Josey, thank you so much for joining us on Prepped and Polished Education and Inspiration. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. Just got done eating my mom's leftover meatloaf from dinner last night for lunch. So I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
That's a good day. Josey, a lot of our listeners are teens. You're a teen. How would your friends and family describe you?
Honestly, they'd probably describe me as a little bit of crazy mixed in with a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of nice. So, I'm just myself. I'm always caring and respectful towards people, but then again, I have a funny kind of spontaneous side. So I don't know. I'm a little freak.
That's awesome. At age 7, I know that you began barrel racing at local rodeos and made the rodeo arena your first stage. For us East Coasters, can you tell us what exactly barrel racing is?
Definitely, yeah. Barrel racing is whenever you have 3 separate barrels set up in an arena. It's set up in what we call a cloverleaf pattern because whenever you're on your horse, you go around each barrel, and if you were to look above, it looks like you're making a cloverleaf. And so barrel racing, you just go around the barrels as fast as you can. If you knock over a barrel, it's an additional 5 seconds added onto your time. And of course, the fastest time gets first place. So.
I gotcha. Wow, that sounds like fun.
Oh yeah.
So Josey, who are your influences and who inspires you?
I have influences, especially growing up and listening to country music. I definitely have a lot of country music influences. Anywhere from Patsy Cline to George Jones to Lynette and Dolly Parton. Just a lot of people. And as far as inspiration, pretty much anyone who has tried out a career or has reached their dream or tried to achieve their goal I think it's just my inspiration because, as long as you go out there and you try to do it, there's no reason that you can't fail. So, if anyone that's really tried to make it has done good with themselves and are really happy with all the art, it's kind of inspiration. And, of course, all my support, all my fans I've had support with my music has, of course, been definitely a lot of inspiration for my music. So, there's kind of a broad spectrum of people.
That's amazing. Please share with us what brought you to where you are today, which an 18-year-old teen country artist. How did that happen?
Well, it kind of started when I was rodeoing. I actually would sing the national anthem sometimes in my rodeos if they needed someone. So, they'd come down and be like, hey, Josey, come sing it really quick. So I'd have to jump up on the horse and run up the national anthem on the horse and do my event. But so this stuff really started, and so it was something completely new to me. I never really performed on stage before in front of an audience. So whenever I got up there, though, I loved the feeling of it. I loved being in front of people and providing entertainment for them. And it was just a feeling that I never wanted to go away. And so afterwards, I had a lot of people coming up to me and saying that they really enjoyed the performance, and that for me being so young, that they really could see a bright future ahead of me for my music. And so, it's people kind of talking about that and already saying, hey, you might want to try this out. It's definitely something I had to pay attention to. And so whenever we got home, I told my parents about it. I was like, hey, they're telling me this. What do you think? And my mom and dad were like, hey, let's give it a try and see how it goes. So my mom and I just started doing research, started career, and just started building with it, working with it, and we've just been working with it ever since. And so far, it's getting pretty good.
That's great. That's amazing. And you answered my next question, which was going to be, when did you say to yourself, look, I got this singing thing down. I'm ready to, spread this message out to millions of people. I think you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's really cool to be able to do this career for only being 18 years old, and for me to be so successful with it so soon, honestly, for me being pretty new to it. It's unbelievable, honestly. Sometimes I just have to sit down and take a deep breath and be like, wow, this is me. This is my stuff. So, yeah, it's really cool, though.
So what's been, one of the greatest experiences you've had performing to a live audience so far?
Oh, my goodness. I've had a lot of amazing experiences and opportunities as far as performing at different venues. I think I performed in Vegas in front of the Wounded Warriors at the Cobalt NASCAR 500 race down there, so that was really cool. So be able to go to Vegas and perform for all the people there, that was awesome. And I've also been able to perform award shows, and I performed a lot in Nashville now, and I did open up for quite a few people. I opened up for Scotty McCreery, and that was really awesome because it was completely sold out. The crowd was just really lively and really excited, and they're singing along to all my stuff, and so, I've honestly had a lot of amazing performances, and that's my favorite thing about the career is being able to go out and perform and meet new people, and just kind of talk to them and kind of learn about them. So, performing is part of the career.
Wow, that's amazing. And what's been your biggest struggle so far as a performer?
Well, I think when I first got into it, age was definitely probably a huge problem. Because when I first got into this, I was 14, almost 15 years old. So, of course, seriously. So it's kind of hard to get shows and whatnot. But being older and being more experienced is definitely not as big a problem as it used to be. We're actually getting quite a few shows that we're really excited about. So in the beginning, it was definitely getting shows and people taking a chance on me. That's
awesome. And how this is kind of like a question I kind of had, but how much do you sing off stage? Meaning, do you sing at home in the shower while walking through the mall, or is this only in concerts?
Oh no, I sing all the time, especially in the car. There's sometimes my parents are just like, "Shut up, Josey, shut up for now," because I sing so often. Now, as in the shower, I don't think I've ever really sung in the shower. I listen to music while I'm in the shower. It's still incorporated. And then I do sing whenever I pick up my room or clean my room up. I always turn on music and sing all of my music in there. So I'm always singing, having him in my mind or something. So there's always some form of vocals going on.
Well, that's good because it definitely shows in your music when you're really passionate about it. So that's a good thing. So now, tell us about your performance a little bit about with Scotty McCreery. This guy won American Idol, and I happened to see that season. So for an East Coaster who doesn't listen to country, I know that guy, and he seems pretty cool.
That show was really cool, like I understand, and it was really sold out, and it was really cool because there were people there that had my name on posters, so they were like throwing poster up, and so that was really cool. And just to open up for him for him being a season of American Idol that I watched too, so it was kind of funny, and it was really cool, and I was able to meet him, and he seems like a pretty cool, just guy. I think he was a little worn out because I met him after his show, so I think he's a little worn out the show because he was a lot. But it was definitely really cool and an experience and opportunity that I never forget.
That's awesome. So Josey, cyberbullying and bullying in general is a growing problem in the U.S., all over the world. There's a statistic about 282,000 students are bullied each month in high school throughout the U.S. Over 50% of those teens are bullied online. Can you tell us a little bit about your work as an anti-bullying spokesperson, the anti-bullying campaign you launched with the Angels and Doves?
Definitely, yeah. Whenever I released my single, Not Pretty Enough, I became a spokesperson for Angels and Doves, which is a nonprofit anti-bullying organization. And, they just go around, they talk to schools about bullying and what it can do and how to handle the situation, and just really, just a way to put an end to it. And so they're just a really great organization. I'm definitely very proud to be a part of them. And, I did just graduate high school, like you mentioned, and it's something that I didn't see necessarily all the time, but I did see it every once in a while. It's just something I never taught, so it's something I've always stood strongly against. And so, whenever I became a spokesperson for Angels, it did really well because I love what they were doing, and I love what they're representing, and I just want to be able to be a part of them. So, they're just amazing, and so for them to try to make a difference, it's really humbling to be a part of it. And I definitely have noticed, too, recently that bullying has really became in the headlines, and a lot of people are really starting to take more notice to it. So that's reassuring to know that people are really starting to say, hey, this is kind of a big deal. We need to really focus on it. So, it's hopefully it'll someday come to an end. Hopefully people will realize that you become out of yourself for whatever reason there is behind it. But, it's starting to get more aware. So I think it's doing some good.
Now, from what you've seen, what's the most common type of cyberbullying? Is it like talking behind someone's back on Facebook for everyone else to see? Is it only on Facebook?
Oh, no, I definitely don't think it's only on Facebook. There's YouTube, and there's Instagram, there's Twitter, and there's all the other social media networks that people can post on and talk about everyone else. And so, I think for myself, the most I've seen has probably been name-calling. I mean, because a lot of times if I see a post on Facebook, they'll actually tag the person that they're yelling at or that they're trying to pick on. They'll actually tag the person in the status to make them feel like they're superior. So, I definitely would say name-calling, and it's just ridiculous. I honestly don't understand it. If you have a problem, don't pick on them. Go talk to them or go get someone to talk to them or figure out another way, because making them feel like they're worth nothing is not the right way to do it. So...
Yeah, no doubt. Or just go up to them directly.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, from one of your songs entitled Never Pretty Enough. Went viral on YouTube. You talk a lot about peer pressure. You make a stance against bullying. Can you tell us what this song is about and what type of reaction you've received from people who've listened to it?
Definitely, yeah. That song, Not Pretty Enough, was actually found by manager Michael, and that was one that he said over to me. He was like, hey, let's give this song a try. So, I went to the studio, and I released it, and people loved it as soon as I released it. I had people messaging me or calling me or even just talking to them out and about and saying, hey, I love this song, and I've actually had quite a few people say that they really enjoyed it, and they don't even like country music. So that's definitely a huge honor to know that, even though they don't like country, they like my song. So, it's just a song that's saying, why not do nothing? You're just kind of questioning yourself, and you should never have to question yourself. You should always be happy with who you are, and make you feel like you're not worth anything. So, it's just making sure you believe in it. And, you shouldn't let someone try to tear you down, because as long as it matters.
I think you just got cut off at the end. What was that last thing you said?
I said you should never let anyone try to make you feel like you're more capable of amazing things, and that as long as you're happy with yourself, that's all that matters.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I don't listen to a lot of country music, and I was moved by it. So that was a really great song and empowering song.
Well, thank you.
And also, you mentioned that it was produced by Andrew. Can you tell us who that is? Andrew Michael?
It was produced by Micah Burdick, and I had some other people that I worked with in the studio that's worked with Hall & Oates and Elton John and a couple other people. So, but yeah, it was produced by Micah Burdick, and he's an amazing guy, let me tell you. I always enjoy to be able to spend time with him, be able to kind of get to know him and what he's thinking with music. So,
yeah. Well, I'm sure it's an honor to have worked with them. That's amazing.
Oh yeah. And it was just, they treated me just like another artist, so that was exceptional. It was wonderful. I walked in there, and it was really cool to work with them all, and that's who I worked with Cowgirls with as well. And they're just an amazing group of people, and I'm so happy with them.
That's huge. And will you continue to write songs to address the problems we face with bullying?
I definitely think so. I did not write Not Pretty Enough. That was actually wrote by Casey Chambers, who's an Australian artist. But, as far as songwriting itself, that's what I try to focus on, is situations that really need to be focused on and that really need to be brought to people's attention. So my very first year song, that's one thing I pay attention to, is the lyrics. I think as long as you get good lyrics that really mean something, then you'll get a really good song. So.
No doubt. You should definitely continue with that writer, because that was a hell of a song. Josey, the bridge from teenage years to the next phase, which you're going to enter, the young adulthood, it's exciting, but it can be a confusing, difficult time in one's life. To any teen who may be listening to this podcast, what piece of advice would you have for her?
As far as, let's say, a career, or as far as a dream, just go out and try and reach for it. I never suspected that I would be in a position that I am today with my music. So, I just went after it. I've been working with it for time. So, just follow through with it and be dedicated and passionate towards it. And, as far as, college or moving on to the adult world, scary. There's times where I catch myself thinking, like, am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to be able to succeed with it? But, once again, just believing in yourself and knowing that you'll get through it, and that so many other people have gotten through it, that you'll be too. So I know I'm really excited and kind of nervous to start college. So it's scary and it's nerve-wracking, but it's also another way that you're able to make yourself and your life a lot better. So. Definitely. And also just, I'm sure just as long as they take an attitude like yours to the next phase, they'll be in good shape, which is a really good attitude. So what's next for you, Josey? What do you have in the works? Well, I actually have my next single in the works. I'm really excited for it. It's going to be a really good song. It's going to tie in really well with Cowgirls. So it's going to be a really good one, so definitely keep a lookout for that one. And we actually just got the rest of the songs to finalize my EP. I don't know an honest date that we're going to be releasing it. I'm hoping within the next few years. So that's another thing I'm really looking forward to. And I'm just performing out with my band. We have a couple shows Yeah, I have one on the 4th and the 5th down the Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri. So I'm really excited about that. Just a little bit of everything, really.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So how can we find you, Josey? What's the best way to find you, listen to your songs? Please just give yourself a plug.
You can find me a little bit everywhere. Of course, I'm on Facebook, just facebook.com/Josey Milner, Joseymilner. It's a little different, but it's okay. And so you can find my fan page, my personal page on there, and then I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Reverb Nation, and all that fun stuff. You can also find my music on iTunes. So, I like to say just go Google my name and you'll be able to find me. So it's kind of cool.
That's awesome. And you also have a website, right, Josey?
I do. Yes, of course. JoseyMilnerMusic.com, yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, that is awesome. Well, thank you so much, Josey. We wish you continued success. We're looking forward to following your career and your great work empowering teens all over across the nation. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Okay, well, this wraps up our show with teen country artist and anti-bullying advocate Josey Milner. To learn more about the amazing work Josey's doing, then please visit her website. It's www.joseymilnermusic.com, and I'm going to spell that for you. It's Joseymilner music.com. Thank you for joining us on Prepped and Polished Education and Inspiration.